You know, I got my crazy daisy elephant over here that my friends have been painting all crazy. But I joke that I'm going to be riding her to Nirvana. I haven't, I mean, I've gotten close a few times where when I've had an episode and I'm going down and I realize, wow, this is going down to that level, you know, where things start to happen. And I had no sense of, for me, it's just a sense of release. I do it in meditation all the time. To me, it's a drop body, drop mind, you know. And there it is. And only I won't be in the body anymore, you know. But I'll have that awareness that I have when I drop my body and my mind in my meditation, or when I'm able to just have that non-dual awareness of just one taste, you know, that there is only one self, and it's an incredible self that it can express itself in so many ways. I mean, you are this self expressing itself, I and she is all of it is this one self expressing itself. And we always think of ourselves as parts or apart from God or, you know, a part of this thing, but it really isn't like that. Because if you make an expression on your faith, I have a multitude of expressions just as a human being. That wasn't separate from me. It's just one of my expressions. So if we think of the larger self, the only subject that really is, us being an expression of that self, there is no separation. That's our misunderstanding of this, what's going on here, which is no fault of our own. It's just a process of living, learning, evolution, human development. It's just all part of the creative process involved, but it's all natural, you know. And death is just, it should be practiced in life. That is drop body, drop mind. You know, just letting go of the importance of this separate self, or this one short blip in space and time, realizing what's going on here in the larger picture, who you truly are, inquiring, you know, within, making that inquiry until you find out, oh, this self rests in this self.
The practice, what is the practice?
Oh, I would say there's lots of practices. They're all valid, but I think ultimately you have to inquire within. There's practices that will prepare one in life to ask those final questions, but one has to get beyond life needing a meaning and life needing reason and life, you know, all these things, you know, the personal story part of it. We have to work our way through that, and then there's a lot of practice that will help still our mind. There's a lot of practices that will, depending on what type of mysticism you choose. I think it is the mystic path, though. If you are Christian, Jewish, Buddhist, Muslim, you can look in each of those traditions and there'll be a mystic path. And that's the path you want to choose, because the conventional path of all those traditions are for their stations in life, for people still in development. They're still in a ego-ethnocentric worldview. So they can't take the cosmic-centric or even world-centric view that their own teacher, be it Jesus or Buddha, was trying to impart to them. But that's okay, because it all works. You know, they still have their vision of God, and they still have their path to follow, and it will still lead them home, so to speak. So that's all fine. But for me, when, you know, if someone comes to me, I want to point them to the final question, you know, then where does all this arise from? And look inside to find that out. all these questions, all these books. I mean, really, it's good. I never said don't read a book, but at one point, do you really want to be the guy reading about a guy who had an experience and wrote about it? Or do you want to look within and find this truth for yourself? I think all of us can do that. That's what we are, So, and I think dealing with death, bringing it back to death, is just I don't know. I have not been as alive as when I got hit with this. I mean, my diagnosis was 2 years ago, and I mean, we've seen it in movies. Maybe we've had relatives and even been there, but it's a bombshell, The doctor, you kind of already know, because this poor doctor has to deliver this news. And it's wham, and all of a sudden life. You just got delivered a blessing. Life just became so much more precious. And so death, I think, needs to be practiced through the practice of letting go of this attachment that I was talking about. Because we're all holding on so tightly. And if death is a letting go, the ultimate letting go, then it should be it's interesting to me because everybody's tradition professes this beautiful nirvana, this heaven, this So why all the fear? I don't know. It's that nirvana and that heaven, that all that. I say when you practice death, that's practicing letting go and having that nirvana and that heaven right here, right now. And then we can start to spread that amongst each other.